There's news, there's sense, and there's nuisance. This show is all about that last bit. Now, I don't know about you guys, but TV News Tamasha hasn't quite been the same for the past 1 month. Something is missing. It's not quite as insane as it should be. नौटंकी भी ठीक ठाक हो रही है न्यूज़ पे, लेकिन न्यूज़ के नाम पे जो नंगा नाच होता है, वो नहीं हो रहा. Something is missing.
Manisha, Arnab is missing.
Oh my God. Yes, it's Arnab. He's been missing. Last spotted on April 24th on the debate, Arnab Goswami has been missing for more than a month, which makes us wonder.
कहाँ?
Yes, कहाँ है Arnab? Nation wants to know. ना कोई चिट्ठी, ना कोई संदेश, ना कोई tweet. चलो, Twitter's anti-national, but you're not even cooing to tell us where you are. Arnab, जहाँ भी हो, जैसे भी हो, वापस लौट आओ. आपकी एब्सेंस में आपकी टीम आपका इतना मेहनत से कमाया हुआ नाम बिल्कुल मिट्टी में मिला रही है.
I do not want to raise my voice.
You do not want to raise your voice? Have you learned nothing from your boss?
You and I are not fighting. It's not a fight between you and me. It's not a fight between India and the US. Come on.
Oh, come on. It's not a fight. Republic TV debate is not a fight. Thankfully, Republic panelists are still working hard at making sure Arnab's one and only true contribution to news is alive and kicking.
जब भी आप चैनल पर आती है गोबर करके जाती है, पूरा गोबर करके जाती है, देश के खिलाफ बोलती है.
What is this, Subirda? What are you trying to prove here?
Okay. No, this is not how we picture the debate to be. Subirda, Rajat, this is not. No, 1 second. I don't have time. You know what? Thank God I'm out of time. This is not how we expected the debate to be. 1 second, Rajat.
The debate was going just fine in the right direction till the anchor once again ruined it all. Seriously, have you guys learned nothing from your boss at all? Now, one of the big news of last week was the arrest of Mehul Choksi, a fugitive jeweler and key accused in the rupees 13,000 crore PNB loan fraud. Choksi was caught in Dominica, where he had entered illegally through Antigua. Most channels were showing us images of Choksi behind the bars, bruised, with his eyes popping out. Meanwhile, India Today decided, nah, let's just go full MTV After Hours.
The lady you see on your television screens, she invited Choksi to her apartment for a meeting.
India Today did the very decent thing of blurring this mystery woman's face while tilting up the camera from the bottom to top, of course.
Choksi's lawyers, however, say the girl was part of the team which was involved in the alleged abduction and torture of Choksi.
India Today, can you please tell us why you had to tilt up the camera again from the bottom to the top while giving us zero information on the said mystery woman and not even showing us her face? Between Mehul Choksi's bruised eye and his supposed girlfriend's bikini shots, India Today's programming visually was an odd mix of Terminator and Baywatch.
And India Today accesses the first images of the mystery girl who allegedly honey-trapped fugitive diamantaire Mehul Choksi.
What do they know about this mystery woman who seems to have trapped Mehul Choksi, as it were, brought him in? Or is there some truth to the buzz that this is some kind of an intelligence operation and they were hoping to bring him to India and this is part of that larger plan and that's how he's moved from Antigua to Dominica? Or are we just watching too many serials on Netflix and Amazon?
It was a pleasure trip on a yacht.
So what is it? Is she like a genuine girlfriend, a woman he befriended? Is this some kind of a honey trap that had been set?
And where is this mystery woman at this point of time? The mystery woman, was she the lady, the young woman who befriended Mehul Choksi? They used to meet on morning walks and evening walks. She'd picked up an apartment not far from his. They became friendly. One day, she invited him home. And his lawyer claims that's where he was assaulted, abducted, bundled off in a yacht and brought to Dominica.
This is not Amazon, this is not Netflix, this is not a novel that's unraveling before us, this is real life.
Now, according to Choksi's lawyer, a woman had gotten friendly with the family and Choksi, and she was part of the team deployed to abduct him. According to some sources close to Choksi and India Today, This said mystery woman was staying in Antigua. She started meeting Choksi during morning and evening walks, made friends with him, and on May 23rd called him to an apartment to meet her. When he reached there, apparently a group of people allegedly abducted him and took him to Dominica, where he was arrested. Meanwhile, Choksi's wife has said that the woman shown on TV news channels is not the friend known to both her and Choksi, who used to go on walks with Choksi. India Today was showing us pictures from an Instagram handle of a person called Barbara Jarbika, and these pics were posted by her about 3 days ago after Choksi was arrested. Yeah, not quite the Adarsh friend you want to go on evening walks with. Long story short, India Today could have altogether skipped this because A, we really can't tell if this is indeed the mystery woman. Besides, why show the rest of the body when you're blurring the face? What's the point? And B, this was totally unnecessary because the channel actually did a good job with the coverage. But news, when dependent on advertisers, is not about just doing a good job of news or informing you. It's also about grabbing your attention, keeping your eyeballs stuck to the screen. Because more eyeballs means more ads, and more ads means more moolah. So, जब तक ad dependent news होगी तब तक ये सब तो चलता ही रहेगा. Not in News Laundry though.
यार can you just please cut to my face quickly? We don't have to resort to all this क्योंकि हमारे पास दिखाने को तो कुछ है नहीं और हमें दिखाना भी नहीं है. Because we don't have to justify eyeballs to advertisers with clickbaity images and can I just stand and do this very uncomfortable? Okay, cut. So as I was saying, we don't have to go the India Today route to try to justify to advertisers that we have millions and hundreds and millions of viewers watching us so that we get more ad revenue. We are happy with a few committed news consumers who not only see value in what Newsance does, but in our ground reports that you can see on newslaundry.com. And as long as we have that sliver of committed news consumers who pay to keep news free, we are happy. Which is why we want you to subscribe to Pay to Keep News Free, ताकि हम advertiser revenue को ठोकर मार के public interest की news दिखा सकें. News that is in public interest, not interesting to the public. उसके लिए ये लोग हैं ना.
We currently have a team of reporters in Rajasthan and Maharashtra who will be bringing you detailed reports on how the two states are managing the pandemic. Please read and watch the reports and power what we do. Pay to keep news free. Moving on. India's GDP has contracted by 7.3% in 2020 and 2021. That's the biggest dip India has seen since independence in 1947. But guess what? The biggest question was on RSS's mind.
Should we be optimistic or should we be pessimistic?
I don't know, RSS. This is the worst performance of the Indian economy in any year since independence. The last time the Indian economy contracted was in 1979 and 80. Even then, it went down to minus 5.2% that year. And today we're at minus 7.3%. But you tell me, should we be optimistic?
Viewers, it's not all gloom and doom. For once, we can look at the silver lining in the dark clouds.
Ab bole to bole kya? All you need to do is just look at this Times Now screen. The ticker says India leaves negativity behind, while the actual numbers show the 2020-2021 figure at minus 7.3. So much for leaving negativity behind. And of course the hashtag GDP Jumpstart. Could it be possible that the graphics department was trolling RSS? Because the contrast between the words coming out of his mouth, the headlines and the graphic couldn't be more stark. You either have to be very stupid to run with this or you're being pranked. Navika tried a little better than RSS.
Are we faced with a problem? Yes, we are. Is the economy in the pink of health? No, it's not. But ladies and gentlemen, remember, this is the first time in 100 years that we've seen a pandemic of this nature. Of course, it will extract a price from the economy in India as it has done with economies across the world. But is blaming one man, Narendra Modi, the only solution to the problem? Clearly, it's not.
As always, the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers of Times Now jump into action every time their dear leader is in trouble and needs some rescuing. So, what exactly is this silver lining? These are the quarterly figures that have come out. Navika and RSS want us to focus on this last quarter of 1.6% growth and say, "Wow, Modi ji, wow, kya bada hai economy, badhiya tarike se." Now, remember, the Indian economy started its recovery in March 2013, much before Modi took charge. After the masterstroke of demonetization and GST, our GDP growth fell steadily from over 8% in FY17 to about 4% in FY20. This is before COVID hit us. That means our growth had already halved before the pandemic hit us. The first time in 100 years, like Navika said. The most important thing is that this growth rate that Navika and RSS are focusing on, this figure, is only till March before the second wave hit us. So, far from feeling optimistic or seeing the silver lining, we really need to be worried about data from the first quarter of financial year 2020-2022. Moreover, the latest data says that 10 million Indians lost job in the second wave of COVID-19 and incomes of 97% households decline. लेकिन सानू की मोदी जी जो हैं एकदम एक के बाद एक इतना bold steps ले रहे हैं.
This is a very, very bold decision that has been taken by the Prime Minister.
Really? Did he announce a stimulus for economy, RSS? Yes? No?
It's a decision that was obviously taken after a lot of deliberation. It must not have been an easy one.
Have they fast-tracked all international approved vaccines and are they going to be available freely for all Indians? No?
Well, it's a very bold move by the Prime Minister, very much a decisive one, very much in character with the way he approaches a situation. And I can tell you that because of his special connect with the student fraternity through his several programs, specifically the much-loved Pariksha Pe Charcha, the Prime Minister understands the psyche of students. He's demonstrated this over the last 7 years.
Oh, board exam cancel ho gaya. So much excitement because Chacha Modi decided to cancel the board examination. Little bit awkward for his education minister and defense minister though, right? Because just last week, he said this.
Government is committed to ensuring that examinations are conducted in a hassle-free and safe way with enough flexibility for students.
Wonder what changed? Maybe this? Or maybe Modi just does things to give our newswallas some material to go, "Wah, Modi ji, wah," every night. Because in the world of Navika and RSS, there are only two ways in which you can approach the dear leader. You either have to thank him for his masterstrokes or you have to apologize to him.
Would you congratulate the Prime Minister for putting safety above everything? Does the opposition owe Prime Minister Modi an apology tonight? That's the question and the debate.
Hashtag of the week, hashtag Vista Vindication for Modi. By the way, Navika, there were other court judgments and observations too that came out lately, not quite vindicating the Modi Sarkar.
People are not getting vaccine slots, getting distress calls. Supreme Court questions COVID registration requirement for vaccination. You can't say you are the center and you know what's right. We have a strong arm to come down on this. Supreme Court questions COVID vaccine policy. If the PM Cares Fund is to be used for providing ventilators, it should be ventilators worthy of medical use, and if they are not worthy of medical use, it's just a box. Centre's policy for paid vaccination for 18 to 40 years, prima facie arbitrary and irrational. Supreme Court.
Reading all these observations, Modi should be saying sorry to India now. No, Navika? Lekin states की भी तो गलती है.
You know, you might be celebrating that this is a case where the centre has got, a bit of a stick from the Supreme Court. But the fact is that state governments have left a lot to be desired as far as transparency in the vaccination policy is concerned.
The biggest fault lies with those of us who watch channels like Times Now to remain informed and get the news, which once was not a reality show and considered respectable by most. Moving on. Modi ji completed 7 years in office. News channels were full of nostalgia. We were taken back to the time when PM Modi uttered those 4 magic words.
Wow, Modi ji, wow.
Not this.
Hypocrisy की भी सीमा होती है.
That's not 4 words, guys.
सब चंगासी.
No, not this.
मैं नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी.
Yeah, that's the one, the 4 golden words. हर romantic relationship में एक 7-year itch आता है, where the love between both lovers declines a little bit. But not in this evergreen romance of our news channels and Dear Leaders. To celebrate Dear Leaders' anniversary, there was dramatic music. I swear, that's actually what News 18 played to make us realize how fortunate we are to have a rockstar PM. And this is the background score that Aaj Tak played. Yeah, that's Aaj Tak. मतलब पूरा rap song बना दिया Dear Leader के लिए. The Propaganda Montage Award goes to Aaj Tak for this.
नरेंद्र दामोदर मोदी 70 साल से एक और बड़ा चैलेंज था, आतंकवादियों के किले में जाकर के सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक करके उनके छक्के छुड़ा दिए, मुस्लिम बेटियों को शहीद हुए अपने वीर जवानों। सियावर रामचंद्र की जब बहुत जरूरी हो तभी अपने घर से बाहर निकले।
DJ Aaj Tak in the house. Even the BJP's own production team couldn't have done a better job. सरकारी ads के साथ साथ लगता है the new evolving revenue model is also making anniversary videos for loved ones. There's more, of course.
मोदी सरकार के 7 साल पूरे हो चुके हैं।
इसी तरीके के कमरे में बैठकर प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जो हैं वो पूरे देश का हालचाल जानते हैं, अपडेट लेते हैं, देश के अंदर जो विकास कार्य चल रहे होते हैं उनके रिपोर्ट कार्ड को आंकते हैं।
चीन के हर मंसूबे का आक्रामक अंदाज में जवाब दिया गया। जवानों की हौसला अफजाई के लिए प्रधानमंत्री मोदी खुद सरहद पर पहुंचे। असर ये हुआ कि 8 महीने तक सरहद के करीब अपनी पाप की गठरी जमा कर बैठे चीनी चंडालों को बेआबरू होकर बीजिंग लौटना पड़ा।
Is Prime Minister Narendra Modi still India's tallest leader?
कोरोना को हमने बहुत जल्दी ये माना कि हमें हिट लगा, लेकिन हम उससे बहुत जल्दी उभरे भी हैं दूसरी वेव में भी। पूरी दुनिया में दूसरी वेव काफी लंबा स्टे ऑन करी, भारत में इतना लंबा स्टे ऑन नहीं करी। तो ये अपने आप में एक लीडरशिप का एग्जाम्पल है सर।
ये वो शटर्स हैं, ये शटर्स खुलेंगे और इस तरीके की स्क्रीन लगी हुई है 7 लोक कल्याण मार्ग जहां प्रधानमंत्री का ऑफिशियल रेजिडेंस और उनका कार्यस्थल है। और
सिर्फ सेवा के अलावा कुछ सोचता नहीं है, प्रधानमंत्री को यही संदेश देने की कोशिश की है।
राहुल गांधी और प्रियंका गांधी की टाइमलाइन नरेंद्र मोदी की लाइन के अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में चलती है। नरेंद्र मोदी के खिलाफ वो हर रोज एक नई हवा उड़ाते हैं, मोदी के खिलाफ एक नई कहानी सुनाते हैं, एक नई चाल चलते हैं, लेकिन आखिर में नरेंद्र मोदी सच्चे साबित होते हैं।
7 years of challenges, 7 years of reforms, 7 years of ups and downs, 7 years of some historical highs.
7 years of some historical sucking up from Times Now to CNN News 18. Channels बदल गए, हरकतें वहीं. At one point, Narasimhan really creeped us out when he said this.
That despite 44 different political parties being in government across the country and being involved somewhere or the other in this federal structure that is a Union of India, there are those who think that India is an elected autocracy. That's the power of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Narasimhan, that's not a compliment.
चाहे कुछ भी हो, ढोल तो मुझे बजाना ही है और वो मोदी के खिलाफ ही बजाना है।
चाहे कुछ भी बोलो, ढोल तो मुझे पीटना है मोदी के लिए. That's the power of Modi. Narasimhan, India being called an elected autocracy by a Swedish institute is not a compliment to Modi. The report called India as autocratic as Pakistan and worse than Bangladesh and Nepal. One of the main reasons is the attack on press freedom in India. But talking about press freedom with Narasimhan will be a bit like expecting Bandar to know the adrak ka swad. He doesn't know what it is because इन्होंने कभी चखा ही नहीं है. They've never used press freedom and they don't know its value. It's really funny how some people in the news media don't see anything wrong with Modi Sarkar's manipulations in the media and attacks on press freedom. These very same people used to cry blue murder when the UPA would commit similar assaults. We remember you guys and we'll come back to you another day. That's all the TV nuisance we have for you this week. We'll be back next week. Until then, stay mad. That's the only way. Thank you so much guys for watching this episode. If you liked this episode, please don't forget to like it, press the like button, share this episode with your friends and families and as many people as you can. And of course, subscribe to newslaundry.com. We are a completely ad-free platform. We don't take any advertisements from corporations or sarkars. We only depend on you guys to power us. So please log on to newslaundry.com and subscribe.